Okay, now we are on to vault proper. And here's the social space, our first star. And none of these stars have moved. They're all in the same place they've been. This one you do need to actually collect now. It used to just auto collect, and now you actually have to tap the icon to collect it. I think that might be the first time I've ever landed on that top rung of the ladder. It's actually surprisingly hard to do. This one's a little funky, and I'll show you why. The first emote is on this bottom floor, right behind this door over here. The problem is, and it's been this way all along, you need an emote. You can see it gray there. I'm tapping it. I haven't learned to do this yet. You need the emote that's available on the next level of the vault. So I'm gonna cut out the transitions because I'm gonna come back and get this. A lot of times, what ends up happening is you have this problem. Either everybody, like in this case, everybody, nobody has the emote, or somebody doesn't have the emote. So you manage to get up there, you get through it, or you can't get through it because the fourth person doesn't have it. So you go ahead and move on. Because that person feels really horrible that they couldn't get into that doorway. But you go ahead and move on. And if you have chat with a person, or have a chat chair, chat spell, or chat bench, or chat table instrument, you can chat with them too and find out if they have the emote. But there's actually a chat table up on the next level in the same room you can get to, where you collect the emote you need. And oftentimes what happens is you get up there and you then chat with the person and see if they want to come back down. Coming back down, of course, means going home. And unfortunately now, the way the portals work is that the portals in home space take you to the last area you visited. So you actually have to go somewhere else and then back to vault now. Anywhere else, it doesn't matter. Somewhere else, home, then back to vault. You just don't, you need to go somewhere other than vault in order to reset the vault level. I can sort of see the logic in it, and it is useful to be that way. I'd rather they just brought back the return shrine. If I want to return to where I last was, I can do that. If I want to go through a portal, I go back to the beginning. Anyway, not what they've done. They took the return shrine away, and they made each portal just take you back to where you left off, which is a problem if your friend you're now with wasn't where you were. So anyway, this doorway is accessible. You just need to pull it up, so you still need 4 people, but no special emotes. I'm controlling all 4 of these guys, so, forgive me here. But this is why you have 4 accounts. So the emote used to be right there. He's not there anymore. He's over in the corner. But here's the chat table right there, and those are chat stones, and you can sit down and chat with a person. And here's where you collect this emote. Then you sit down at the table and you chat with a person who didn't have the emote and say, hey, do you want to go back to the bottom? And then you might have to explain to them how to do it, which will be go home, go into any other level, go back home, and go back to vault. This is a new little sequence here. It's kind of cool. And then he's back over here again. But I am going to skip that whole thing and just suddenly be back downstairs. But again, you do need to go back home, go to another level, any other level, doesn't matter, then back home again, then back to vault. And you will end up on the bottom floor of vault. See, this is the emote we needed downstairs. And at this point, I was still having trouble with my iPhone. Actually, it was one of my iPhones freezing. That brown cape every time. Okay, so now we're suddenly back downstairs after having gone home somewhere else and back to vault on 4 accounts. And now I have the telekinesis emote. And another player who also has it, which was convenient. But like, again, none of us had it, so there still would have been only one. And this here is the pray emote. Again, these were the latest added scenes. So a lot of people just saw this for the first time with the reset. Because unlike me, many players, I won't even say most players, many players never reset their game or started a new account. A lot of players did. I am not the only one. I'm not the only one who had 3. I'm not the only one who has 4. I might be the only one who has 5. But again, I kept restarting fresh just to experience the game as new with especially every major update. Certainly every update to Isle, which were many. Because the only way to see any new tutorial or any new stuff, emote stuff, especially in the newer way of doing things, was to start fresh. And then you just get interested in collecting everything again and seeing how that goes. Seeing the cost of things, seeing where, things like that you don't see again once you've collected everything. So that is the pray emote. And you'll need this again for 2 other areas. You need it once for the 8 gate, which I did not show here at all. And then you need it up above for the levitate emote. At least that's in the proper order. Okay, now we're going to skip ahead again. To the next level because we've already done this. So here we're back up where we were, and we'll just show how to complete this little puzzle. I don't have to drag everybody along with me now. Whoops, going too far. This vault stuff is a little slow going. Always has been. I dislike that you have to watch every single one every single time, but some of them you can kind of get by. Those two levels of vault have stayed pretty much the same. The bottom levels changed a little bit. The entry is changed a little bit. The second level's pretty much the same. The third level and beyond have all been redone. There's no stars on that second level. There's just the one emote. Beginning on this third level, you have more stars and emotes. You have 1 star per level from here up. You can already see the one emote. This is a standing posture here. And a star. The standing posture is hands folded in front. So the quest for this has been added fairly recently. This used to be called the Kissing Shrine because you use the Blowing Kisses emote in order to activate the stance collection. Then it remained Blowing Kisses after they removed Blowing Kisses from the game with the winter season. It's a sorely missed emote. I wish they would bring it back as a non-seasonal emote because it's one of the emotes I used most frequently with Blowing Kisses. But anyway, then they changed it so that it's now just a regular quest to get this emote rather than using any other emote, especially an emote that's not in the game. Because for a while it was you needed somebody who already had the Blowing Kisses emote in order to get this one. 2 people who had the Blowing Kisses because it took 2. So here's our star. Because I ended up on the roof, so we're just going to go for the star first. And then we'll go back and lose control and go back to get the emote. Which, like I said, is a standing posture. It's a very cute standing posture. Then activating this puzzle. I'm stuck below it. It moves, so I keep moving with it. There we go. Like I said, sometimes things are difficult to light when you're leading. These for a little while were very challenging to get, but they've become a little easier again. I'm getting more stuck to the center area now. The lanterns are grabby, but not nearly as bad as they used to be. They're also more in a straight line than they used to be. They used to be at different heights, and that was even worse. The last few auto light. It's interesting playing through this and not seeing any advanced level cosmetics, you know, no seasonal cosmetics. For so long we've had winter and Season of Gratitude cosmetics, and nobody's wearing those anymore because nobody has them. And you know, very limited masks, very limited hairstyles, very limited capes. Nobody has the black cape yet. Nobody has the white cape yet. Haven't even seen anybody with a purple cape yet. I've seen no chibis yet. I know there are a couple running around. I haven't seen them, but they're hard to get. I mean, people are starting from scratch, and those things are expensive. And post final level, post finishing the game once, so you know, it's funny. Everybody looks kind of the same right now. It's just interesting. You know, lots of people looking like me, which is funny. My hairstyle is a surprisingly not popular one because it's so simple, and there are a lot more. But there's a lot of people looking like that right now. Orange cape, shorts, ponytail. There's tons of them. They're everywhere. Because people are saving up for the real stuff. And ponytail is free. Shorts are free. Orange cape was free. You know, they might buy the yellow cape. But they're saving up for their real looks. And I am too, honestly. Saving up for my blue cape and my chibi mask and my long trousers. So here's our next level. This is all brand new. And brand new as in the last few months. First star is right there. Oof. There is an emote that was not working at the time that I recorded this, so today with the update I went ahead and recorded it again, so I'm going to stick that in here and you'll see it, a cut to it and then a cut back out of it. I'll mention when it comes, that way I could get the whole thing. This here, first of all, is I'm glad my friend was with me. There's another person here. The number 5 here is a friend of mine, and she has the emote I needed. I had not. This is the one I couldn't get, the manta call that was in the Citadel area that was a flying quest that I couldn't get. You need that for this, and she had it. I didn't. So she helped me get this quest here, or this emote here. And again, this one you just have to be in the area somewhere and you'll get that call if somebody activates it, which she did. So cheer, yay, thank you. I can't remember who that was. And then the other, you can see the emote right here. And this one is the levitate emote. And like I said, it was broken. It was fixed today. So we're going to start the quest, but when it comes to the top of it, I'm going to cut to the new recording. So we're going to lose a person because she wasn't there. And this is the emote you get the chair from, the chat chair. I'll bet you it's like 40 candles or 40 hearts. So now we've changed. That was the change right there. We're now on the new recording. Here we need the pray emote. Only 3 spots to pray, so any more than that are just stuck waiting. It used to be 8 spots to pray, even though you only needed 1. Thankfully, you don't need to pray in order to activate. This, you just have to be in the area. I do think you have to be in the area though. I mean, maybe you're not, but I think you used to have to be at least in some radius of this area in order to have this activate. You might not anymore, I don't know. We were all here. Just waiting, waiting, waiting. There we go. Now he's there, ready to burn. He still doesn't have a real scene. He just prays or levitates. You can see his constellation gate over there, rippling in the distance. That was for a seasonal emote. It really shouldn't be there anymore. So now we're going to cut back, I believe, to my other... So now for the little puzzle. Thankfully, these lanterns down below auto light this time. This level has gone back and forth between being very difficult to control yourself in. Flight is a little funky, movement's a little funky. I'm not having as much trouble as some seem to be. It's certainly easier to maneuver in here with a controller on the Mac, but with the Mac not functioning at the moment, don't have that option. So these lanterns auto light, which is nice. So we'll just sit in the middle and be on our way. So now there is one star available here, and that's it. And it used to be you could just fly through it. Now you actually have to land. And I was in the wrong direction, so kind of messed that up. And I was also unable to land on it. I was just being very badly... bad day. So I just basically tapped the icon when I got close to it, finally. I was having trouble getting in the right place. See, I skipped right over it, and I'm losing. There we go. But still, right over it. So, managed to get it eventually. On all 4 accounts. Okay. So now we're back to this guy to hard because sometimes you're trying to maneuver around and you hit a friend and bring up the menu and it's in the way. And I think there's probably not much avoiding some problems like that with a touch device. Those lanterns also auto-lit, thankfully. That was a tough one to get when they didn't. This whole section is new. Used to be quite a bit more plain up here. This is a lot prettier. It's beautiful up here. Lots of candles to collect, which is nice. There's our emotes, and we did get all of them, as far as I can tell. Can remember. One more star. Right at the top. And that was 55. And that is as many as you can get in the main areas. The final level has 3 more. So you can get 58 total stars in the game. That's just stars. Then you can have upgrades, which is going to add to your star count at the top. And you get those by spending star candles after Eye of Eden, which is the final level after this one. Now, I've thought about doing Eye of Eden, formerly called Storm, and I think I'm not going to. I think I'm going to let that wait till launch for a couple of reasons. One, right now it's very hard to do. It's dark, and the contrast is so bad. I just think I'd get frustrated. I don't have much motivation to do it before launch. I don't need to do it. Levitate I didn't get because we couldn't. In this version, in reality, we did get it here, but it's gray here because in this playthrough I didn't get it, but we did get it. So he's just not here. But I also think it might change. I hope it will change. I hope some things in it will change. And most importantly, I think it might be something better left unknown for right now. It's changed a great deal since the last walkthrough I did. It's completely different, and to me right now it would probably spoil too much. I don't have a strategy for it. I don't have advice for it. I've never done it. I mean, I've done it a few times, but not this version of it. I don't know if it's changed any, if it's gotten harder. It's not a fun level. It's a beautiful level in its way. It's rough. But it's also very beautiful. It's also very it's meaningful. It's like it brings everything together. I think they did a really good job of it. It could be better, but as I used to write stories, and a story can always be better. A story could always be more profound or more meaningful or more. You could always do better. You're never gonna write the perfect story. So I think it's the same with this game. They can keep tweaking Storm and tweaking Isle. Beginnings and endings are the hardest parts. I think I'm satisfied with it. What I'd like is the balance to be a little bit adjusted so that you get a little more reward from it. So anyway, I don't think I'm going to do a walkthrough of Storm at this point. I would probably wait till I actually do a walkthrough on the global launch, which will be in July sometime. So anyway, that was a beautiful cutscene that we just skipped right on through with me yapping. I love those constellations that come to life. Those are beautiful. All that's newly added. And here's our spirits going up into the sky. So I did not do Storm here. I still have not done Storm, even though I actually have 5 players. I think when I did this, it was pretty late at night, like it is right now. So this hallway, again, is new. It kind of looks the same as the hallway we walked to enter the vault. Now we walk through the same hallway to exit vault. And then we end up in the Storm social space. Now Storm requires 5 people to enter to activate the door. I have 5 right now here, but I only have 4 myself because I have no Mac. I have to get my husband or borrow his iPad for a 5th account. So this has your, I don't think it has a closet. It doesn't have a closet, but it does have your your home portal, which I took. And that then ends our commentary for Sky for now. Storm doors open. We can go through at any time. Thanks for watching.